Okay guys, Ken here for the Retro Toy Escapades channel in Malaysia. As promised, he's finally here in hand. The MOTU Origins Deluxe Flying Fist He-Man. And wow, just look at this guy. He sure does look shiny, doesn't he? I gotta tell you that whack metal is all that it's hyped up to be, okay? Totally worth it. Now, I do want to give a special shout out to my good buddy James, aka Jim T. Kirk 2209 on YouTube, who helped to pick up this guy from the hobby store for me today. This deluxe set is straight from the carton box. You know, it looks great. There's no horrific disfigured edges, no banged up plastic bubble. Yeah, it's pretty much perfect. And it would make the perfect gift too. But you know what? We're gonna have to crack this thing open anyway for the review, right? So let's get to it. Back at the package, and we're treated to this blockbuster level cinematic action shot of a sprawling battle with He-Man in his all-new armor and flanked by Fisto, Mossman, and Cyclone. The latter two are hopefully upcoming figures in the line, okay? And all this is set against a desolate background that also has the three towers of Eternia. Please, God, let us get the Eternia playset from Mattel again. Let them reshoot this thing. If it seems like the image here appears to be incomplete, it's just because it forms an interlocking image with the artwork that's on the Terraclaw Skeletor set. No kidding. Now, usually with these packages, you get maybe about 3 panels that explain the figure's abilities and functions, 4 at the most, okay? But then this one has got 6 panels, okay? 6 full panels that go into pretty good detail on everything that this figure can do with all its variety of weapons. And it's great that you have this, okay? These pictorial references. And also over at the side here, we've got the cross cell where you see that the Flying Fist He-Man and Terraclaw Skeletor are being put together in the same wave as the last set of MOTU Origins figures, which featured the utterly horrible mini-comic Stratos figure. Now here's the part that I hate the most, okay? So wish me luck. I gotta rip this thing out of the package. I hate doing this. I wish there was a more collector-friendly way of getting these figures out of the package, but there isn't, alright? So let's just rip this guy out, okay? And get him free. Okay, and here he is, fellas. He's out of the package in all of his vac metallized glory. Now, I gotta say that in person, like right in front of your eyes, the shiny chrome parts just look freaking fantastic. And there's so much of it, alright? And you actually see that on the sides here where the shoulder blades are, you've got gold chrome, alright? This just looks amazing, alright? You've got gold chrome on the shoulder blades and also on the area just above where the belt buckle is. So you've got these silver and gold chrome parts. And that huge hitch in the center just looks amazing as well. All the way to the back here, the chrome looks fantastic as well. What kind of sucks is this clip that's on his back here. The official title for this is actually supposed to be a battle grip. Alright. Now the original vintage Flying Fist He-Man figure had something similar, but it was like really fragile. Okay, don't even breathe around that thing. This one is a little bit more sturdy, but it's still made of plastic and it appears to be wedged in there pretty tight. I wouldn't try, trying to remove it. Okay, don't even attempt something like that. You might just crack the plastic on it. All right, yeah, so it's pretty firmly stuck in there. It looks pretty bad, but the rest of him just looks freaking amazing. Okay, just look at this guy. I've never really had any quality control issues with the joints on these figures, but for some reason, the head on this guy is really loose, okay? I mean, it keeps flopping around on its own. What gives, okay? It just seems like it just doesn't seem to fit on too well. Just watch that head just, bobble and spin around. The rest of him is pretty sturdy. The interesting thing is that even though the arms are attached together with the figure's action feature, but they can be moved and posed individually as well. So this is actually a huge improvement over the vintage figure. All right. All these parts move around pretty well, stay locked in place. I don't really sense anything particularly loose in any of these joints here. Also on the hips, the thighs, the knees, the ankles, everything's pretty good. All right. For some reason, it's just that freaking head joint. What's up with that? Checking out the accessories, he comes with this alternate head. I don't think this version has ever been released in any other previous set. It does look like an all-new expression, and I'm not really sure what you guys might make of it. I think it looks okay. Might be a little bit off though. It looks like a cross between the vintage head and the new Origins head from Series 1. We get the power sword, which is interesting because the vintage Flying Fist set didn't come with a power sword, and it's the full power sword too. But somebody mentioned this in one of the earlier videos that they should have made this thing vac metal as well, and I agree, it's a missed opportunity. Now you do get an alternate grip hand, which is great because now he can hold on to the power sword and also that three-headed mace thing at the same time. Then you get the first of his all-new weapons. It's the gorgeously crafted three-headed spinning mace weapon. Interestingly, two of the heads here are actually gold chrome, which is great, and the third head of this mace is actually a flat gold color, or just gold paint. Okay, maybe it's just a unique design touch. Okay, but this thing spins around really well. Yeah, really smooth. Okay, you spin it around long enough, it might just entrance you, put you to sleep. Next up, we've got this spinning shield weapon, and wow, I gotta say that the vac metal on this thing is enough to blind you. Okay, but this is a very, very nicely detailed piece, and it spins around pretty smoothly. Let's check it out. Okay, just get him like this and start to spin him around. Okay, smooth. It's almost quite hypnotic, actually. Yeah. So if you're having trouble sleeping, maybe you could just stare at this thing as it just turns round and round and round. More stuff in the package. You get the instructional pamphlet where it shows you the parts that can be removed and those parts that can't. As you can see, you're not supposed to remove anything actually from the shoulders to the waist. It's all supposed to stay in place. So don't try and be a hero, okay? Don't try to force these things out, okay? You can't. We also get a brand new mini comic with this package, and it's like the title of a Steven Seagal movie from the 90s, Under Siege. Yeah, I don't know why, but He-Man looks just insanely bulked up on this cover here. But I can't wait to review this thing, and I'm going to put a video on that on the channel pretty soon, so look out for that one. Okay, now it's time to get He-Man's weapons latched on. Okay, we'll start with the shield. Fits really well on his left hand here. And then we get the three-headed mace weapon to clip onto his right hand like so. Okay, everything fits in pretty well, and everything holds up pretty well too. Okay, it doesn't seem like this heavy thing is going to be weighing him down. So now you see that even holding up this mega giant three-headed mace weapon at an angle like this, he's not toppling over. So that's some pretty good construction there. Now, similar to the vintage figure, this gold dial on the back of the figure here allows you to move the figure around, okay, and move his arms up and down and back and forth. But for easier movement, they suggest that you actually use the battle grip, whichever works for you. But you can see that, this allows you to really get him swinging around, okay. That's right, okay. So it kind of looks like he's either going into berserker attack mode or just flailing his arms around like a madman. But yeah, this is actually pretty fun, I gotta say, for real. He's just thrashing around. Okay, yeah, come and get it. Okay, come and get it. Okay, yeah, come on. One of you wants some, huh? Which one of you wants some? I got some. Okay, I got some for you. Come on, come and get it. Come on. Okay, yeah, so the great thing about the arms now being positionable is that you could manipulate them to now deliver deadly karate-like chops, okay, like so. Yeah, check this out. Okay, now that he can execute these deadly moves. Okay, here. And the other thing that you can do here, just like the vintage figures, that you can use the dial to turn He-Man into a pretty good dancer. Okay, yeah, check this out. Okay, watch him bust those moves out. Okay, watch him. Okay, watch him move to the rhythm. All right, yeah, that's right, He-Man, come on, move it to the rhythm. Yeah, move it to the rhythm. Now, where weapon storage is concerned, the spinning three-headed mace weapon can be fit into the battle grip like so. Yeah, you see how it just fits in there very snugly. and you could just have it spin around behind He-Man, just like the vintage original, and it's actually a pretty good look for him actually with this large propeller like mace behind him. It's a pretty good look. However, the power sword doesn't fit in there at all. Okay, yeah, I mean, this is like a huge missed opportunity. All right, they could have just easily worked out a way that the power sword could go in the back of him. This huge slot that they've put there. But yeah, apparently the battle grip is just to fit the mace, and that's it. Now let's say we try on that alternate head. Okay, let's get this head popped off. Let's put on the alternate head and see how this thing looks like. All right. Actually, you know what? With this expression on his face, and if you kind of just like outstretch his hand like so, he's like one of those characters in an 80s movie that's going like, no, no. But yeah, I mean, this guy, I mean, this look is okay. Some of you may not prefer it. I can see that coming. All right, but yeah, it's a different head sculpt altogether. Okay, let's say we get the vintage Flying Fist He-Man out for comparison, and putting them both side by side like this, you get some pretty shocking revelations coming to light. Mainly that the ends here of the shoulders, the shoulder bands here, you notice that on the vintage, those are painted gold. Also the area above the belt buckle, whereas on the new figure it's all just gold chrome. Okay, you're getting more chrome with the new figure. Also the hitch is just way bigger on the new figure as well. All in, I'm shocked. Okay, honestly, I gotta say that the new figure is looking a lot better than the vintage. Great job, guys. Okay, let's get the spinning head weapons out here for comparison. On the left here is the new one, and whoa, it is just massive looking compared to the vintage original. Okay, they just supersized it. Also, if you noticed on the vintage, the three gold heads on the mace here are just a flat gold paint color, whereas with the new one you get two of the heads with whack metal gold. All right, so you're getting more whack metal overall. Okay, it says here Mattel 1985. This is the vintage spinning shield for Flying Fist He-Man. Let's compare it to the new one, and the new one is just puny looking. My God. Okay, what's with the reversal here? Okay, maybe they did this so that nobody would pass off the new weapons as the old ones. Okay, so that's why they made them both different sizes. What do you think? Okay guys, so that's the video. That's my look at the MOTU Origins Flying Fist He-Man figure. Let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know what you thought of the new figure in the comment section below. I do want to hear your thoughts. And as always, thank you for joining me. I'll be back soon with a review for the Terror Claw Skeletor. So stay tuned for that one, and I'll catch you guys again real soon.